Alright, so many times you get a really easy cross solution, but you get really sad when you get to know that two of the edges are opposite. So you might feel in such kind of a situation, the best solution for the cross would be something like d2, r prime, d2 and r, and then again a d2. Well, that's quite a lot of moves, right? So I'm sure nobody would really like that kind of a cross solution. Well, what if I tell you there was a really easy way to tackle such kind of situations? Well, let's get started with a really short intro. Alright, so when we get such crosses, I usually call them wrong crosses or incorrect crosses. Now, to fix this, instead of doing such a long solution, because cross is such a small part of the CFOB, you need to do it really quick. So what I usually do in such situation is just insert the edge. Now you might feel that these two are wrong. Why did I do that? Well, there's a logic behind it, which you'll get to know once we reach the last layer. Now doing this has two benefits. First benefit is that once I do that, I have the cross done in just one move, which is amazing. And second is because I'm just doing one move, I have a lot of time in my 15 seconds of inspection to inspect to my first pair and possibly the second pair. In this case, because it was just in R prime, I know that this pair over here will just come down over here and I can straight away do my F2L, moving into this as my first pair. So I'll finish my F2L and be back to you. So your F2L is going to be the normal algs you use. There's nothing like you need a special algorithm. Just solve F2L how you do. But you still notice these two are incorrect. So we'll fix that. Hold on. Next step you need to do is the OLL, which you can, really just do the normal alg you use. Now once you come to PLL, you might notice a very awkward kind of PLL. And it's obvious because these two are not correctly positioned. Now there's no such PLL out of all the 21 PLLs you know. So now we need to fix these two edges. So it's a really simple algorithm which fixes it, and that is M2, U2, M2. Basically what that algorithm does is it switches these two edges of the bottom layer, but keep in mind it also switches these two in the top layer. So whenever you're doing the M2, U2, M2, there are two possibilities and I'll show you both of them. So when you had the case like this, when I did M2, U2, M2, now it does not matter do it from this angle or this angle, because you're going to switch the opposite edges. So if you do it from either of the angles, the result is going to be same. But if you do it from this angle, or if you do it from this angle, the results are going to be different. So for example, let's start off with this angle. So if I do M2, U2, M2, I get an R permutation. Now R permutations aren't all that good, but let's see what would be the other possibility if we do it from the other angle. So I do M2, U2, M2. And now I go back over here. Now if I do M2, U2, M2 from this angle, I have a GD permutation. So I'm sure I would do R-perm instead of a GD permutation. So that really comes down to, guesswork and a bit of practice, because I myself till now, and I'm not like familiar with all the cases you get, because there's such a lot of different possibilities you can get. So sometimes it might be really good, like you get a really easy PLL, but sometimes you get a really weird PLL which you have to face. So doing this kind of alg smarter is a really great way to tackle such cases, and you're not always benefited from this. From this, like you can get a really terrible case, like even an NPerm has a possibility, but still the chance of getting a good PLL increases a lot. And because you did a really easy cross solution, I'm sure that instead of wasting your time solving the cross in such a long solution, wasting your time in PLL wouldn't be that hard. And I'm sure that most of the PLLs can be executed in 1 or nearly 2 seconds. So wasting your time in cross, which can be also very bad in such cases as you cannot plan your first pair, I don't feel that doing cross in such a long algorithm would be a great decision. So this was my tip. I hope you you got help from it. If you did, make sure to hit the like button down below of the video. Subscribe my channel if you have not already subscribed. And if you have any more tips, you can surely leave them down in the comment section. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all guys next time.